You just all have to sort of like okay it. Um, it's gonna say, let's see, it should say something that you need to approve it, but I guess it's working. Um,
It says this meeting is being live streamed. Okay. So then I guess we have to put got it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to
Okay.
press got it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay. So, hello, everyone. Um, I'm Rabbi Gretz, the current Rabbi Congregation near Tamid, and we're going to have a Q&A session today about our upcoming Israel trip, and we want to record this so anyone else who can't join us today who wants to watch this could sort of like, internalize this and then make the decision if they want to join us on our mission to Israel, which is going to be December 29th, 2024. I'm going to sort of like go over the itinerary and also, the layout of the prices. And then our tour operator, JJ Jonah, who are going to be sort of like, they already organized the itinerary for us, and also they're going to have the tour guides and everything. He's going to join us soon as well from live from Israel as well. Um, the point of of having obviously a congregational mission to Israel is something that congregations have been doing for decades, and I know Ner Tamid has also had a few, although recently we did not have for a few years already. And I always understand that they were very successful, and really helped build the community and relationships within the community. So I think this one will be also a great way to do that. Also, we know that post October 7th, visiting Israel is I would describe it almost as like as a mitzvah, as like something that we owe it to ourselves as Jews living in the diaspora, to go there and show solidarity with the people of Israel at their time of trouble when there's a war going on, but also to be witnesses to what went on in Israel, and what happened, and that we could come back and tell to the world, this has happened, this is what Israel is going through. And especially today when there's so much anti-Israel and anti-Semitism out there, um, I think it's more important than ever that we do that. However, the goal of this trip is not, it has really two parts to it. One is to have a classic mission to Israel along with post October 7th, Israel at war elements to it added as well. So when we will go and do some of the classic tourism in Israel, we will see it through the eyes of October 7th as well. So when we go to the Kotel and talk about Jerusalem and being there, and how people in Jerusalem experienced, and the meaning of the of being a time of war in Jerusalem, in that holiest place to all the religions. Um, when we go to Masada, we will talk about those aspects as well. But also when we go to when we go down south, so we will visit the kibbutzim that were attacked and damaged severely on October 7th, and since then we're going to go visit where the Nova Festival happened. We will meet with survivors. We will meet with families of victims from the war, talking also to soldiers, talking to people on the ground. So we'll be able to also engage a lot in conversation. And another aspect will be volunteerism. We'll go and we'll volunteer in different places. So we're able to help a little bit in that regard to Israel as well, and give some from, our ourselves to the country as well. So I just want to go over the itinerary real quickly before JJ joins us. So let me just share the screen. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Is it too small? Should I enlarge it a little bit?
I think it's perfect.
Oh, okay, great. So the itinerary, which is subject to change, okay, uh, it really begins on Sunday, when people will take a flight to Israel from Los Angeles. Anyone could travel wherever way they want, but we ask the people arrive there by Monday morning or Sunday night. There is a flight that leaves on Sunday, December 29th at 2 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, and then it arrives on Monday at 2 p.m. In Israel. And then on Monday, December 30th, 2024 is when we begin. And we are going to arrive at Ben Gurion Airport, plant a tree in the Ben Shemen forest of JNF, which is not far from the airport, and then have a fascinating tour of Neot Kdumim, a biblical landscape. It's an entire compound and huge park, which is a biblical park, which has the Bible stories in it and different, plants from the Bible. And it's really beautiful to do that. It is Hanukkah. It's going to be the sixth night of Hanukkah. So we're going to be in Jerusalem in the David Citadel Hotel, which is overlooking the old city. It's a beautiful hotel, and we're going to have an opening dinner at the hotel. That's the first day. The second day is going to be Tuesday, December 31st. We're going to talk about Jerusalem of three religions, where we're going to see the old city of Jerusalem, explore the Christian and Jewish quarters, discover the Western Wall tunnels. So that will be more like the classic Jerusalem. And then we're going to meet with Masorti representatives. Masorti is conservative movement representative. So it's people like us that are building conservative communities in Israel. And we're going to hear about the struggle to secure access to the egalitarian service. There's like in the Western Wall, there are three sections to it. There is the section where there's just men, there's a section where there's just women, and there's the section which is called the egalitarian section, which is separated from it. And the conservative movement in Israel had a long battle to obtain that part of the wall. So our people could pray there in the Western Wall in egalitarian minyan, men and women standing together, girls having bat mitzvah, reading from the Torah, which is something that's not the custom in the Orthodox world, meaning in the men and women sections. So that's going to be interesting also to talk about current things that are going on in Israel. We're going to attend dinner and Hanukkah candle lighting for the seventh night. And we're going to meet with Dr. Izar Hess, which is a member of the conservative movement and is in a high position in the World Zionist Organization representing the conservative movement. And then we're spending overnight again at the David Citadel Hotel in Jerusalem. By the way, any questions until now?
When do we start getting ready in the morning? We usually up and ready to go by 9 or 8, or do you have any feel for that?
Um, that's a good question for our tour operator. Okay,
Okay,
let's
okay.
ask him soon. My I suspect he wants us early, rising early. Um,
Like 7?
yeah,
Well, we'll ask him. We'll ask him. Yeah.
yeah, we'll ask
Okay.
him. Um, on January 1st, so the new year. So, I mean, if anyone wants to go out partying, December 31st at night, you're welcome. There's some parties around in Jerusalem, mainly in Tel Aviv, but we're going to be in Jerusalem. But if you want, we could work hard on finding you some dance club or something like that of your choice. Or not, you just go to bed and wake up and it's a new year. Uh, and especially in Jerusalem, it's not so big on celebrating the new, non-Jewish calendar. Because in Israel, like the New Year is really Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
So you'll have that experience as well. So we will be driving to the Judean desert, trying to ride a camel, ascend a Masada. We're probably not going to do it by foot. We're probably going to do it with the cable carts. Then explore the beautiful streams of Ein Gedi, and also talk about, the biblical stories that happened there. Uh, Visit Abraham's tent in Genesis land, where we're going to have like a traditional Bedouin dessert hospitality and dinner, a desert hospitality, sorry, and dinner. And it's also going to be the last night of Hanukkah candle lighting, the eighth candle. So that's going to be very nice and festive to do that in the desert, not far from where the Maccabees used to be, thousands of years before us. So that's going to be very special as well. On Thursday, January 2nd, we're gonna be back in Jerusalem. I mean, we're spending the night in Jerusalem, and so we're gonna wake up on January 2nd. We're gonna overlook from Kibbutz Ramat Rachel, where it's a beautiful observatory on the Judean hills and also in Jerusalem, which also will tell us sort of like the battle of 1948 war and what happened there, in the kibbutz, which is a fascinating story. And then we're going to do some volunteering. We're going to go and volunteer at Pantry Packers, packaging foods for the needy. So that's going to be some of the volunteerism action that I was talking about before. And we're going to go to the Knesset, Israel's parliament, and meet members of the Knesset, which is going to be also very interesting, talking to Knesset members these days. And then from there, it's a short drive to Mount Herzl National Cemetery, where soldiers are buried. There's a military cemetery there, and we're going to visit the new section from October 7th, which is sadly very, very large. And we're going to, probably talk about some of the stories of the soldiers that were killed October 7th and since then as well. I just share personally that my son was there this Sunday representing the Army in some funerals that were there as well. Oh, actually, I forgot we're recording this. I'm gonna delete that part afterwards. Sorry. But we're gonna be and then we're gonna go to the Machane Yehuda outdoor market to do some tasting and have more like fun in Jerusalem city. Oh, okay. I see we're joined by JJ Jonah. Good morning,
בוקר טוב.
JJ, uh, who's with us. Here, I'll stop the share so everyone could see you. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I hope that you guys are having good evening. Here it's morning time, early. My name is JJ. I work at Israel Maven Tours. We're helping Rabbi Tzvi, organize the trip for Ner Tamid. I was a shaliach for USY in Far West, so the LA area, back about 20 years ago, 18 years ago, actually. So I've been to your synagogue. I know Amy Berlin from back then. I don't know if she's still there.
Yes, she is.
Amazing. Please send my regards, and many others. We're looking forward to an amazing trip. It's a very unique and special trip, especially after October 7th, and to learn and hear and see and feel. I guess all those words are a big part of it, and we hope that we can share that. But not only that, also understanding Israel today and where we stand. I think a lot of the trip is based on that as well. We're looking forward to hosting and meeting all of you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. JJ, we're recording this so because there's some people that couldn't be here, so we're going to share this recording so other people could see this as well. I'm going over the itinerary right now. Do you want to continue from where I
Sure. Sure.
stopped?
Just bring it up, and I will continue. Sure.
Yeah, so we got to Friday, January 3rd. Can everyone see the screen again?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So JJ, I'll let you continue since you built this itinerary with our
Okay.
input.
So on Friday, we're gonna be before Shabbat. We're gonna go to Yad Vashem, and then we're gonna head up to the Kastel. The Kastel is an amazing fortress. That famous battles happened there in 1948 for the independence of Israel, and it was a key place in order to open the gates to Jerusalem. Jerusalem was under siege, and I think the Kastel represents the opening of that siege. And it overlooks Jerusalem, and it's a beautiful place to do also picnic, depending on weather, of course. And then we'll come back to the hotel and have a beautiful preparation for Shabbat and all that stuff. On Shabbat will be a little bit of a relaxing day, but we'll have activities as well. We'll have a speaker come from Honest Reporting, Gil Hoffman, and we'll have some walking tours during the day just to enjoy the ambiance of Shabbat in Jerusalem. Is always a nice thing to do. Sunday, we are going to check out of Jerusalem, and we're actually going to spend the day in the Gaza area, not in Gaza, but the Gaza area, some of the kibbutzim. We don't know what volunteer options will be in December, but right now agriculture is always needed and still needed. We're assuming that when you guys come also, and we'll be part of helping whatever needs to be done, picking vegetables or planting or weeding or whatever they need us to do, we'll do. We'll go visit Kibbutz Cholit or one of the other kibbutzim, depending what we can do at the time, to hear about the beastly attacks on our settlements around Gaza. Hear some testimonies, see what has been done. I'm assuming by then there's going to be a lot of memorial places to go to, and we'll do that as well. We'll visit the Nova Festival site and see what happened there. And from there, we'll continue south to the Negev and stay in the beautiful Negev region near Sde Boker, which is the kibbutz that David Ben-Gurion stayed in the latter days of his life.
JJ,
following...
can I just add something?
Always, of course.
We're also going to be, it's here on the itinerary, we're going to be meeting with the Kaplon Vital family. I don't know if some of you remember, we hosted them on Zoom in November last year. And because their daughter Adi was murdered on Kibbutz Cholit on October 7th. And I mean, I have a previous relationship with the family, and we at Ner Tamid, we sort of like, adopted them and helped them a little bit get back on their feet, and also contributed significant amounts from the funds we raised for our Stand with Israel fund after October 7th to Kibbutz Cholit that was sort of like decimated. So we want to sort of like see with our own eyes. I mean, I don't know if they will start building or whatever it is, to see with our own eyes what we were able to help contribute rebuild. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
great. Monday, we're going to have a purely Negev desert day. Don't forget, this is December or already January, sorry. And it's cold actually in the desert, believe it or not, but it's not, it's pretty arid. So hopefully the weather will be, nice and on our side. And that's why we decided to go down south, by the way. And we're going to see the beautiful Tzin Valley, which is mentioned in the Bible, the same place that the 12 spies walked up to come to the land of Israel. We'll see. I'll talk about a little bit Ben Gurion, some desert oasis and some springs that are there. Jeeps in the desert is an amazing place to go. And at nighttime, we're going to do some of the sort of stargazing activity, which will be a phenomenal, one of the best places to see stars, definitely in this region. Tuesday, we are going to check out. So we're going to be there for 2 nights, and hopefully we'll meet one of the Masorti communities in the southern region, and we'll visit some of
AJ,
the.
people asked me if they could meet my parents in Omer, which is a Masorti community in Omer, where that my parents founded a Masorti community there. So maybe, we'll
Maybe
have
we can do that. Yeah, we can
some,
discuss that, and work out
some
the schedule that day.
yeah.
Um, uh, we'll visit the SodaStream factory, in the south, and visit the Ethiopian community in Beta Israel village, which is a village of new immigrants from Ethiopia, and to learn about their culture and maybe do some workshop there. I don't know if we'll have time or able to visit an army base as well, but if we're able to do that, we will do that. And we will continue to Tel Aviv that night. Then the last 2 days will be in Tel Aviv. The first thing we're going to do, hopefully, if we can organize that, is go to the Sheba Medical Center, where most of the, I would say, soldiers who need rehabilitation, a lot of amputees, a lot of soldiers who lost different limbs, who are going through treatment, are being treated in Tel HaShomer Hospital, which is called the Sheba Hospital, and meet some of the stories and hear some of the stories of what they went through. Visit Hostage Square. I hope that this is not relevant anymore by that time. Really, really, I hope that Hostage Square will be something of the past, and we'll see, and maybe discuss the past, and all of our hostages will be back, and we'll meet maybe a hostage that came back, and I don't know. I really hope that won't be relevant anymore. And we'll do some sort of volunteer with Leket, which is an amazing organization, and maybe visit one of the organizations that help soldiers, like Soldiers Save Lives, or one of them. We'll see how that works out. So it's really about helping. This day is about learning about what Israel went through on October 7th and the rehabilitation and help that Israel went through that day.
If I
The
could
final
just
day,
interject, that some of the organizations here, again, we've been, in touch with and helping with, if you remember, Soldiers Save Lives came to our synagogue 2 months ago and gave an amazing presentation. So it'd be nice to see what they do in action on the ground there. And also, we have with us on the Zoom now, Edna, that her nephews, her cousins, or second cousins, were actually severely wounded at the Nova Festival, and it's a couple actually, Gali and why am I blanking?
Gali and Ben.
Gali and Ben, right? I met them at the Sheba Medical Center, and actually there are a couple that was about to get married. They're engaged, and they were both at the Nova Festival, both shot and lost their right leg. Both of them lost their right legs and had been amputated and then put like a prostate and are now learning how to walk again, and they're supposed to be getting married soon. So, hopefully, maybe we could even visit them if they'll be available. And it will be also something really beautiful in that regard to have that personal connection and relationship as well. I was really lucky to meet them when I was there last year, and it was really moving and very inspiring to hear their story.
And Rabbi, their goal was when they get married in July, Gali did not want to go in the wheelchair. She wanted to be able to walk on her prosthetic leg, and they both want to be able to dance using their prosthetic legs. So their goal is coming very quickly.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Wow.
What a story. Wow, amazing. That's what a story. Where do they live?
Well, I'm not sure where they are right now because they just bought a new home and they are still getting treatment. There are a lot of videos circulating throughout Israel on their story. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
wow.
seen it.
What are their names again?
Gali and Ben. Benjamin is his last name, and her last name is Segel, Segel. Gali Segel.
Yeah, but if you just do even in Hebrew, Gali and Ben, like you'll have a lot of things pop up.
I found it. I'm gonna read the article right now.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story.
All right, I'm gonna read it. Thank you for opening my eyes up to this. It's good. These stories are very important to all of us. Anyways, we're coming to the last day of the trip, and on that day, we're gonna be in Tel Aviv, doing more, I would say, modern stuff and not October 7th related, which is also important. Visit, of course, Old Jaffa. Visit the Paris Center for Innovation and Peace to understand about Israel's innovation. Really incredible place to visit. We'll have lunch in Tel Aviv. We'll go to the newly renovated the Anu Museum, which is pretty amazingly done, and experience what it's like sitting in an F-16 and doing a simulation with that, which will be a nice ending to the trip. And that will be it. We'll have a final dinner and head off to the airport.
How
Yes.
many do you have coming? How many are on the list as possible attendees?
I think we have right now 15 people who are interested. No one has registered yet. No one has, we haven't taken yet the deposit. We wanted to have the group today and to see, because the way the pricing is laid out is
Right.
that double occupancy is $4,600 based on 30 paying participants. Okay.
Right.
So and now if you want to be alone in a room, you have to supplement another $1,600. But
Okay.
either you do that, or we recommend people sharing a room. And of course, airfare is not included in the price. And it's also important to notice that what it includes is the meet and greet at the airport and the transportation also. 6 nights accommodation at the David Citadel Hotel, which is one of the finest hotels in Israel. 2 nights in the Kedma Hotel. JJ, is that also like a
5-star?
It's
Is
a
that
very,
5-star?
it's a very nice hotel. It's not quite 5-star, it's 4-star, but it's a beautiful hotel. It's in the middle of the desert. The ambience there. I stayed there recently with my family, and it was just gorgeous. Gorgeous grounds, gorgeous area, excellent food. It's Israel, for those who know the
Oh yeah, they're very good. That's a very
it's
good chain.
Israel. So very good chain. And then Tel Aviv is a 5-star hotel in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. So it's like top hotels, a full buffet breakfast every day at the hotel. And if you've been to Israeli buffet breakfast, you eat that and you don't have to eat for the rest of the day. And porterage at the hotel, speaking licensed tour guides for all the time that we're there, except for Shabbat, pickup and return.
Including
for
Shabbat,
airport.
including Shabbat.
Oh, it
Also on
includes Shabbat. Oh, okay, wonderful. Okay. All entered fees, activities, speakers, armed guard for 10 days, excluding Shabbat. But all the other times when we're traveling to places in the old city, in Tel Aviv, in the south, everywhere we'll have a guard, an armed guard with us. 7 dinners and 4 lunches. And the rest, you need to get on your own. Bottled water, overnight and expenses for guide and driver. Israel Maven support. Maven is JJ's company. So all their staff support and transportation in a luxury bus. And just so you know, the price does not include the airfare, as we explained before, the meals that are not specified. There's some activity speakers that are not listed on the itinerary, but we as a group are going to decide if we want to do that. And insurance for medical expenses, which everyone has to do on their own, obviously, for baggage, lost baggage, trip cancellation or interruption, that all needs to be done individually, and also tips for guide and driver. So that's the layout of the pricing. Now, if we only have 20 people in, so then the price will go up. We need to calculate that and tell you how much that would be.
Okay.
But we still, we have to, debate inside the synagogue internally and together with JJ, what's the minimum number of participants. But JJ, do you have any experience with that?
I mean, you can go with 15 people, but then the cost is higher.
Mhm.
20 people, I would say, is already a good number. 20 people is a 20 participants is a good number. I would say most synagogues today come between 20, 25 people. Some get to 30. And those are the good numbers. Above 30, even 35 is okay, but above that is a little bit crowded and too much, I think, in my opinion, for a trip like this specifically. That's very intense and very, I would say, not even a first timer trip in many cases. But I would probably that's what we're talking about. If we see that we're 15 people or maybe 20, and we want to keep the price around the same, we can talk about cutting expenses here and there, like a meal here and there or something like that. And that way we'll be able to keep the price similar to what it is. If it goes up $100 more or $100 less, I don't think that's a huge difference. But if you want to just maintain a price, we can always adjust things and say, all right, let's not do this expensive activity, and we'll save ourselves a little bit of money.
Right. We also turned to another synagogue to see if they want to partner with us as well. So we were waiting to hear from them.
Okay, also, do you recommend that we all fly El Al, or we could fly the airline of our choice?
I would say that the easiest, of course, you just drive, what is it, 20 minutes north to LAX?
Yeah,
And there's a direct flight
yeah,
from LAX to Tel Aviv. Definitely the easiest. Don't have to
okay,
think much about it.
yeah.
But because of that, it's also a little bit more expensive.
Oh,
So
like what?
if you
Like what's the
wanna,
airfare? Just curious.
I don't know. I don't know what will be in December.
Just curious. Okay.
I actually bought my ticket
Oh, okay,
last week.
okay,
And it's usually a very expensive ticket.
yeah.
That's like it could be $1,800, $2,000, or even more. Because I bought it now, I
Yeah.
paid $1,200. And that's a
Trip?
very, very good price.
That's
And that's
so,
Wow,
round
round
trip.
trip.
nothing.
that's
That's
unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Right. Well, that isn't even, that's just regular economy, right?
Yeah, that's regular economy.
Oh my God.
But if you would buy premium,
Business,
El
yeah,
Al has economy, then they have space, which is a little bit more room for your legs. And then they have premium, which is already nice, but it's not, you don't lie down. And then business, it's a flat bed
okay.
as well. And that's like but even premium is very nice. And it's actually one of the best deals, their premium tickets.
I just
So
bought flights, by the way, a few days ago, from here to LAX for 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks, I'm coming to.
Mm,
oh, what are you gonna do here?
We're going to Camp Rama, my son and I.
oh,
Oh, you're gonna be in Ojai?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So which
And
son?
what? Yeah,
Okay. Oh, so he's gonna be with Talia.
Oh, amazing. So great. Amazing. They're the same age, right?
Yeah. He's gonna be in Machon.
Yep.
Oh, oh, she'll be very happy to meet him.
And he'll be very happy.
They went to school many years ago together.
oh, that's
Um,
nice.
Yeah.
but I bought tickets a few weeks ago. But don't
Mhm.
forget that this is like for 3 weeks in advance, before the flight, so it was much more
Right.
expensive. I bought it actually on Lufthansa. That means I'm
Okay.
flying Israel, Munich, LAX.
Ah,
And on the way back, it's United through Newark. So that means LAX, Newark, Tel Aviv.
okay,
So it's one stop each way, and
yeah,
it cost me like $1,500-$1,600, but that was the cheapest ticket there was. The
wow,
El Al direct flight was 2,800 or 2,700 because it was we're so close to the date. But
Yeah,
like
because it's last minute.
Rabbi Gretz says, the earlier you get it, the cheaper it is.
yeah. And
Now, I
the
do want to
tickets up,
say two things that I think it's very important to get insurance for these flights that you
yes,
can cancel them.
yes,
And like get that insurance that even if you pay more, that like it's usually not for any reason, but you need like a reason, but that it's easy to cancel.
right,
And I do want to say that Gon El Al really makes you feel safer because they have security on the plane. They're much better in that regard. And they have all this secret anti-missiles things as well on their planes. And also they don't cancel flights. Okay, so in case there's something going on, other airlines cancel their flights much easier at time of war. El Al did not cancel any flights since October 7th. I mean, except for like when Iran launched their rockets, etc.
right,
So what happens is even if things calm down in Israel, the other airlines like United, or it's etc. They say, "Oh, we're not going to fly the whole month now." So you're taking a bigger risk
ah,
with them. I don't know if you agree, JJ, but that's just my experience on this end, trying to get to Israel, or trying to get people to Israel.
um, well, if we decide to fly in a few days earlier, will someone pick us up anyway? I mean,
And if you fly in early,
yeah, we're a couple
we
days,
have a group pickup at the airport. That's the idea.
oh,
But if anybody decides to come early or leave late, we're happy to help them with anything that they need in terms of airport, in terms of hotels, in terms of anything. So
okay,
we can definitely help out with
okay,
if you want
okay,
to do anything special, if you want a tour guide for a day and do something that we're not doing, you're more than
right,
welcome to. We can help
okay, wonderful, wonderful, okay.
JJ, I didn't notice on the itinerary. Does it include going up to the north in Haifa up there?
I think through my discussions with Rabbi Gretz, we decided that we won't be going up north this time.
Okay.
Because first of all, it's winter and it rains there a lot. It's colder there. Number two is we wouldn't know what the situation would be with Hezbollah and the northern border. And we just made a decision that we're going to head down south instead.
Okay.
It probably is instead. If people are coming early or late and they want to do a day trip up the coast to Caesarea, Haifa, places like that, we can definitely organize that. But on this trip, we're not going up north.
Okay.
And in the south, not all the way down to Eilat, right? Or
No, we're not going down to Eilat. Eilat's rest and recreation if you want to do that.
Okay, well, this is very nice. Thank you very much.
Are you thinking of coming with your children, Lynn?
Oh, no, just me.
Oh.
And all right. It sounds interesting. But it's been forever. So I just hope that more than 15 show up. I don't know.
is there a deadline to when you have to reserve a spot?
Well, prices are going up with hotels, etc. So we want to, keep these prices. It's the deadline's probably going to be in the next few weeks, and we'll after this call, we're going to circulate the video. We're going to make sure people get a chance to watch it, and then we're really going to try to finalize and see if we, what are the people that are committed to going, so we could say we have a group or we don't have a group, because we can't, we need to make a decision.
Right. Okay.
Great. Any other questions?
I have none.